Today we're going to learn about slope from a variety of different places. So on Canvas you're going to see a lot of different printouts. This is one of them. It's just going to go in order, and some of them there's multiple copies and you just need the first copy, but here we are. We're just going to practice some slopes. So first we want to be able to find slope from a line. So whenever it's from a line, you can pick the 2 points and find them, but that's what we're going to practice down here. Right now on a graph, we're going to practice rise over run. So going from left to right, we can see it's rising up. So I'm going to draw a line and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it went up 6, that's positive, and we always go to the right. 1, 2 over 2. 6 divided by 2 can be reduced, so my slope will be 3. Again, if we go left to right, we can see this time though that my rise is actually going to go down. It's going down 1, 2, 3. That means that my slope is, or the rise is -3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. So -3/4 it is. I do want to remind you to be careful. I'm going to try to zoom in. Zoom. Do you see right here? This is not at a cross point. Right here is, right? And right here is, but these are kind of halfway points. We want to make sure it crosses a solid point. And right here we're going to talk about what happens if it's straight up and down. If it's straight up and down, there is no slope. We call that undefined. Oh, focus. We call that undefined. If this slope looks like this, straight across, that's not very straight across, but you get it. Oop, I forgot the little E. That slope is considered 0. The way I teach that is it takes no effort at all to walk like this, right? 0 slope, no effort, no problem. But we cannot just walk straight up. That'd be so cool if we could just like elevate, but we can't. So that is undefined, and this is 0 slope. Going back to here, if we see it going up from left to right, the line, that is a positive slope. If it's going down from left to right, that's a negative slope. So there's 4 kinds of slope: positive, going up from left to right; negative, going down from left to right; undefined, which is straight up and down, which would be an x equals, in this case it would be x equals 2, and 0 slope, if I were to draw those in, we would say that would be y equals 3. So for undefined and slope, it's just a number. So I remember it as hoi vux. I don't know why that sticks so well, but a horizontal line has 0 slope and it's y equals right here. A vertical line is undefined and it's x equals. Hopefully that helps you. Then we're going to go, what if we have 2 points? So I'm going to label this x1, y1 and x2, y2. And I know the equation of slopes from 2 points is y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So in this particular problem, it says to do what's y2. In that case, it's 9 minus, and in this case, my y1 is 19 over my x2 right here, 11 minus, right here I see 15. So you have to go in order. So when I put this in my calculator, I get -10 over -4. And if you have a graphing calculator, you can do -10 divided by -4, math, enter. Or you could divide by -2 on both those and get 5/2. Looking at the next one, again, we're going to label this as x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm not going to write the equation again because we just went over it. I'm just going to have to put a little line here. Whoop. So it is, slope is y2, this -2 minus the y1, 8, x2 is 9 minus x1, which is negative 5. So I have negative 10 over 14. I can cut both those half, so to get negative 5/7. And maybe you want to try this one on your own. If so, go ahead and pause it. All right, so maybe you tried it. We got x1, y1, and we've got x2, y2. So my slope is y2 is 10 minus y1, which is negative 2. And then x2 is negative 4 minus x1, which is 3. So a double negative, 10 minus negative 2 is going to add to make 12, but that's not a double negative. That says negative 4 minus 3, which is negative 7. That can't be reduced, but we don't leave a negative on bottom. We say negative 12/7. Okay, the next thing I'm just going to review is how to find an ordered pair. So the first thing it says is find A. So this is different from rise over run. We know that every point is x, then y. So if I see A right here, I'm going to look for on the x-axis. On the x-axis is at 2, and on the y-axis it's 7. So that would be 2, 7. Looking at B right here, you can see on the x-axis it's at negative 4, and on the y-axis it's at positive 6. So negative 4, 6. Do you want to try D real quick? See if you can think about it. Okay, so we went to the left 3, down 3, so negative 3, negative 3. Try E and F. Maybe pause the video. Okay, so looking at E, you can see that it doesn't go left or right. It's right here at 0 on the x-axis, so that's 0, 2. And F is at 7 on the x and negative 5 on the y, so 7, negative 5. Okay, last thing on this page is we're just going to put some letters on. So it says put a G on the point 6, 0. So again, on the x-axis, it's going to be at 6, and at y at 0. So at 6, 0, that's where G would go. Can you tell me or think about what you would do for the rest of these? So I'll just hold it there for a second in case you want to pause. Okay, looking at this one, this says go on the x to negative 6 and on the y to negative 2, and that's where we're going to put H. This one says 2, negative 5, so I'd go to the right 2 and down 5, and that's where I should put K. And last but not least, it says to the right 7 and up 1, so just right there, little buddy, is L. Okay, looking at the next page, it's asking us to graph. So a lot of students hate graphing, so I'm going to do my best to try to explain this with some color. What I would suggest is that, first of all, we start with what is the equation. The equation is, oops, about lost my marker, y equals mx plus b. Let me hide that guy. Okay, so I know that's some weird letters, but it is what it is. So right here, this B, I'm going to use color to highlight my notes if you want to do the same. So the B is the y-intercept, and that's where we're going to start. We're going to start there. So this says the y-intercept is at positive 2, so technically it's at 0, 2, right? So on the y-axis, it's at 2. So it's not going to go left or right, that's why it's 0, and it's at positive 2. Let's see if we can look at this next one. What would be the y-intercept on this side, on this problem? That's right, negative 4. So right here's my y-intercept, so this one's going to be 0, negative 4. So on the y-axis, it's going to be at negative 4. Okay, looking at the next part, this right here, my slope, this is my slope, and we know it is rise over run. Okay, so it says negative 3/4. That means I'm going to go down 3 and to the right 4 from my y-intercept. So starting here at 2, it says to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I have 2 points, I have a line. Not a very straight line. Oops, I meant to put my slope right here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do it right on the next one.
Hey, good morning, Hunter.